Get started today. If I could have everybody line up on this white line right here. Everybody line up on the white line. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about single strategy. Andrew just covered some doubles, so now we're going to be focusing on single strategy. Quick trivia question. Who is the greatest men's single tennis player in the world right now?
Peter Sampras.
Federer. Roger Federer. He is the #1 player in the world right now. So, do you think that Roger Federer is pretty good when it comes to strategy in the game of tennis?
Yes.
Yes. So, there's a lot of different components of strategy when it comes to tennis and singles. There's many different techniques, but we're going to go over some of the basics today, and we're going to learn one basic shot. So some of the basic strategies in the singles game of tennis is you want to be able to stay as close to the baseline as possible. You don't want to let your opponent push you back off the court where they're hitting to one side and the other side and you're having to run. You want to be able to dictate the point from the baseline. So you want to be able to stay as close as possible. So today we're going to work on the cross-court shot. The cross-court shot is key in tennis singles because this shot really helps pull your opponent off the court, and when you're hitting cross-court, if you look at the net, it gives you the most court to work with. So if you're hitting diagonal across the court, you have more court to work with than if you're hitting straight. And as you hit cross-court and cross-court over and over again, your opponent's going to get pulled off the court, and then it opens up the rest of the court, giving you an easier shot because you want as easy a shot in tennis. Another good thing in tennis is you want to aim small and miss small. So you want to have a small target, and then that way you have a larger margin of error. So today we're going to demonstrate the forehand and the backhand cross-court shot. And we're going to talk about some common errors that typically occur in the forehand backhand cross-court shot. So with the forehand cross-court shot, we've already learned the forehand, and this is essentially the exact same thing, except we're just kind of honing and refining the skills just a little bit. So what you're going to do is pretend this is the net right here. You're going to start close, so the ball's coming to you, you're close to the net. As you swing, you open up and you rotate your shoulders and your torso towards your target. You always want to be pointing your shoulders towards your target. So you wouldn't want to be trying to hit to the right side of the court and have your shoulders pointed this way. So you want to step and follow through to that side. So if you guys could spread out, I want to see you guys practice this real quick. I want to see you guys spread out, and I want to see what this would look like. We don't have a ball yet, but just take a nice, I want to see you guys step, you're closed, and you open up your shoulders and you rotate and fall all the way through. Now remember guys, we're swinging low to high, so 6 to 12, 6 to 12, starting low and finishing up high. We're using the V grip, so we're going to just, that nice simple V grip. So you guys getting a good feel of that? Let me see everybody do a few good ones. Let me see it, Dan. That's good, that's good. Make sure you're bending your knees too. The common mistake is people don't bend their knees enough. So Josh, let me see it. That's good. Okay, make sure your feet aren't stuck though. You want to make sure you're stepping through the ball. Always be moving forward through the ball. You don't want to be falling off. That's good, Laura. Make sure you drop that racket on the backswing though. Follow through. Good, good, good. All right, Carly, let's see it. How are you guys doing back here? Good. Okay. Kelsey, you want to make sure you're swinging low to high. You're kind of swinging a little bit side to side. That's going to make the ball go in the net. So make sure you're bending those knees, following through. So get that racket nice and low, get the racket nice and low, and finish up top. Beautiful. Very good. Very good. All right, guys. So you guys kind of getting the hang of that. So if you guys can all come on the baseline again, I'm going to just hit one shot just to kind of demonstrate what this looks like. And when you're hitting cross court, so you're closed, and as you hit, you open up. And see how when you do that, it just directs the ball across court. Also, if you notice, the net is the lowest point at the middle. So it's an easier shot to hit the ball across court, the middle, versus going down the line where it's a little higher, closer to the poles. Alrighty, now we're going to work on the backhand real quick. The backhand's the exact same thing like we've been working on before, except you're just closed and then you're opening up again. So the backhand, we're going to do the two-hander. So you're closed, and as you swing, you're opening up your shoulders. We're still going low to high. Everybody's going low to high. So if you guys could spread out, we're going to practice this real quick, and then we're going to do a quick drill. There we go. Looking good. Good, Rochelle. Make sure you're dropping that racket head nice and low. Make sure everybody's bending their knees. I see a lot of straight legs. We want to make sure we're really bending those knees and getting under the ball. Getting under the ball. All right, let's see, Katie. Good, good, good. Make sure you're dropping that, finishing nice and high. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Very good. All right, Barbara, make sure you're getting the racket all the way back. We want to see the rackets all the way back behind us, and you want to get that full extension. Another good way to remember how we want to swing the racket is think of a windshield wiper. A windshield wiper goes back and forth. That's essentially what we're doing in tennis. When you're hitting, you're just brushing the ball like a windshield wiper. So just think of your racket. I want to see everybody do this with their racket. Everybody do this with their racket. That's kind of what you're doing on a backhand. You're just coming across and you're just brushing the ball. So you're just coming and you're brushing the ball. So if you're kind of like struggling, like why is the ball going to the net? Just think of a windshield wiper. Just go nice, get that top spin and brushing motion. So I'm going to demonstrate one backhand and then we're going to do a little drill. So if the ball's here, I'm closed, and as I swing, I open up. So you're just nice and closed and step through it. All right, now if I could have half the people, so from Andrew and Kristen over here, Jason is going to feed you guys some balls. We're going to get in 2 lines, and I want the forehand side, so I want 2 lines over here, and I want to get 2 lines behind the baseline. So back up behind the baseline, so just kind of get even. So Jason, where are you? If you could get at the hopper. So I want to see you guys do, make sure you step back. Remember guys, safety is key. We want to have plenty of spacing. Also, if there's a ball on the court, make sure you pick up the ball before you continue. We don't want by twisting an ankle or getting hit in the face. So Jason's just going to feed you a ball. I'm going to be feeding on this court. And as you swing, I want to see you nice and low and following through. We want an 80% success rate. So I want to see 4 out of 5. And after you hit, go to the back of the next line. And we're just going to cycle all the way down. So, and on this side, we're hitting backhands. So the far side is forehands, right here is backhands, and you're aiming across the court. All right, Jason, I'll feed over here, Barbara, so if you want to get in line. So if I could have half of you guys over here. So you can go ahead and start feeding. Make sure you're staying nice and low and following through. I'll feed over here. Yeah. How long have I been going? 3? Alrighty guys, here we go. Hey, can you step back just a little bit, Rochelle? Rochelle, can you step back just a little bit? We want to make sure we have plenty of spacing. Alright, so here we go. So nice and low. Good, very good. So if you could slide to the back of the next line. Here we go. Let's see it, Rochelle. Sorry, that was a bad feed. Try a forehand. Try a forehand. You're hitting a forehand. Good. Make sure you're opening up those shoulders. You're a little close right there. Alright, Josh, here we go. Step through. Bend the knees. 5 minutes. Okay, great. 4? Okay, here we go. All right, Barbo, here we go. Good. All right, you opened up a little bit too much right there. All right, here we go. Make sure you're hitting a backhand. I want to see a 2-handed backhand over here. Good, good. And you guys can cycle all down here. Here we go, Dan. You can go to the forehand line after you hit a backhand. I can feed to both you guys. Good, good, good. All right, hit a backhand. All right, Dan, you ready? Here's a forehand. Okay, hey, forehand line. Pay attention. Here we go. We're hitting forehands and backhands. Good, good. All right, Barbo, here we go. Backhand. Good. All right, who's next in forehand? Who's next in forehand? Here we go. Good, good, good. Hope you guys are getting 80%. We want to see 4 out of 5. Y'all looking good. All right, Rochelle, make sure you're swinging low to high. Low to high. Good. Very nice, Josh. Here we go, Yoon. Okay, okay. Well, you can just hit a backhand still. Just still hit a backhand. There you go. That'll be like your forehand. There you go. Make sure you open up those shoulders. Okay, good job, guys. Can I have everybody line up on the baseline again? Everybody line up on the baseline. Jason, I can pick up the balls after we're done. Thank you, though. I can pick up the balls after we're done. If I could have everybody come to the baseline. So how was that? Did you guys feel like the more you did it, the more you improved? Y'all feeling good? Some of the common mistakes I saw is I saw a lot of people standing really straight. You want to make sure you really bend those knees as you're swinging, and also make sure you're really rotating those shoulders. A lot of you are kind of just already facing your target. You want to make sure you generate the momentum as you turn. All right, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to get into groups of 2, and we're going to play a quick doubles game. So if I can have everybody just match up, whoever's next to you, get in that group with the more proficient people coming down to this court, the less proficient on this court. So if I could have groups of 2, we're going to play a quick doubles game, and we're going to, so what? We're going to play doubles just because of time's sake, but we're going to implement the single strategy. So if I can have groups of 2, starting all the way down here, we're just going to play some doubles points using the cross-court strategy. So I'll help pick up some of these balls real quick. We're just going to hit a few balls. All right. All right, guys, we got time for a few points real quick. All right, great job. All right, good job. Okay, I need 2 people over here. Carly, could I have you come over here? 1 minute? Okay. Great job. All right. I just want to see you guys play a few points using these methods. Here we go. Who's your partner over here? Josh, can you come over here, buddy? Or Katie? You? Yeah, you go over to her. We just need groups of 2. So I just want to see you guys play some points out real quick. We're just going to play a few points in each court. So just start the court, point out. All right, here you go. Here's the ball.
Thank you.
All right, just a few points. Good, good. Keep that ball cross court. Cross court. That was all right. That was all right. All right, Jordan, let's see it. One cross court. Good, good, good. All right, here you go. Here, Andrew, come and cross court to you, buddy. Cross court. Open up those shoulders. Good, good. That was a little hard, little hard. Great job. All right, everybody hit one more ball. We got time for one more ball in each court. Good serve, Josh. Good serve. Yeah, here you go. Ready position. Open up those shoulders. That was better. Make sure you bend those knees and swing low to high. Okay, guys, can I have everybody line up on the baseline real quick? Good job. Good job. Everybody line up on the baseline. Josh, please walk around the net just to be safe, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good job. Good job. All right, everybody hurry up. We don't have much time. Come on over. Come on over. Jog it out. Jog it out. Good job. Good job. All right, you guys are doing really good. I could tell you were starting to progress. I want you guys to remember a single strategy. It's something that you're always perfecting. Even Roger Federer, the best player in the world, he's still perfecting his strategy as a singles player. So I don't want you guys to get discouraged when you're not doing well. You might hit a few bad shots. I think of the Bible verse, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if you're having a hard time out there, just remember that. Like, you can rely on the Lord and just focus and persevere and you'll get through it. So great job.